Guilty of crime.
All right, everybody, what's up? Hopefully, people just start rolling back in. We did have 100 and something, and I don't normally come on Sundays, but I miss my peeps. I miss you guys. Things are starting to settle down. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, get a membership if you can. I am Jay with Guilty of Crime, and today we're going to talk true crime and guilty of crime, along with parents that don't care. Proudfoots versus Watts. I love to play the 911 call, and very important to me, you guys, this missing Dominican Republic girl. All right, there's a key witness in that case. Her name is Sadiska Kananki. It's so hard to say. Sudiksha Kanaki, and she went missing in the Dominican Republic. I gotta tell you guys, I gotta come on strong and gotta say that this case brings me back to Natalee Holloway and Jordan Vander Sloot, and you're never gonna change my mind once I tell you what I'm talking about. Thank you, Marlene. Absolutely, 110%. We're not getting into that yet, but I will, because I feel like this is another Natalee Holloway case, except she doesn't have blue eyes and blonde hair, and I don't want this to die down, you guys. I believe this guy lied. I believe, and I'll tell you why when we get there. But what's up, Justice for Jane? Amy, yeah, you got live. We're just going to do a true crime. We're going to talk guilty of crime. We're going to talk the Dumbfoot versus the Watts. We're going to talk about how parents that take the lives of their children or are suspected to, how much different they look versus the ones that are innocent and really lost a child. All right. So just welcome, everybody. Welcome. Hit the like button. The only way we can grow this channel and get into the algorithm is by having you guys here. All right. Yeah, absolutely. The moment I heard that case and the moment I saw the person of interest in the case, I saw a monster in his eyes. And then he lawyered up. And after this guy lawyered up, you guys, he lawyered up hard, and he started answering questions like, well, I can't answer that. But his story was way too, we did this. Oh, yeah. And by the way, we made out a whole bunch, and then we almost drowned. And then I woke up next day, no clothes. They stole my key. And I mean, it's just too, I think the whole making out thing has to do with if they find her body, I'll say when they find her body, that there's going to be DNA that comes from him on there, because I think maybe he strangled her or something, and he's giving the reason for DNA. And yes, we love PJ Vision, Turtle Island tonight, guys. Reese loves to watch Turtle Island. Welcome, PJ Vision. We love having fun with PJ Vision, Dolly Vision, and Turtle Island. So welcome. There's 78 people in here because we just did this last minute guilty of crime thing. So hopefully you guys can tell your friends and people will start to roll in. All right, guys. And again, my channel is fan funded. So Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Super Chat, Super Sticker are always appreciated. So many things to talk about, guys. So many things. My goodness. I mean, the Lori Daybell thing's a whole other thing we won't talk about today. But let's get into the first thing since we have some of the people here. And thank you, PJ Vision. I feel that way about you and Dolly as well. I love that you guys are just straight up about it. You're like, hey, we do true crime. Sometimes we mess around and it's entertainment and you just tell it like it is. And there's other times where Dolly Vision and PJ, they're out boots on the ground doing their thing. So, Kalista, yes, much like Natalee Holloway, only other reason he may have different stories is that he passed out. Still super suspicious. Absolutely. And it depends what part you heard because Kalisa, the case has been updating. The case has been updating, and as it's updating, more things are coming out that might change your mind. Yeah, she is cute. She's voting. Yeah, Reese loves to vote on Turtle Island. I can't believe they will find her too much water. All right, Natalee Holloway. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, hey PJ. All right, so the first thing while you guys roll in here, let's see what the first thing we'll talk about as we get more people in here. I want to show you guys the new updated website and our new merch that I'm so excited for. Thank you for being here, Foxy. I know it's a Sunday. It seems like you're the only one that rolled over so far. Oh, Foxy and Synth. I don't know what Carly's doing. Tiff, I know Tiff was doing something with her daughter. This is not an update, Wyatt. This Natalee Holloway case is not an update. Jordan Vander Sloot already he already confessed to it and he's in prison. It has nothing to do with that. I'm telling you, there's a case that mirrors it. All right. Yeah, you got a live on the weekend. I did see you. I do. With Tiff Knox, I need everyone's prayers. My cat's dying on the anniversary of my mom's death. I adopted him when she passed away years ago. Tiff, always loved not only to you, but now prayers to you. It's so hard losing an animal and then on the anniversary of your mom passing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're having a rough day and we all understand. Yes, prayers, guys. And yeah, Jordan Vander Sloot absolutely already confessed. That story is huge. He did extortion to the parents and then he confessed. I got an article that says he confessed. He's in prison. He took the life of another girl, but that's a whole other story. I'm talking about this Dominican Republic girl that absolutely I feel like is mirroring that case. And we're all sending love and prayers to you, Tiff. You see the guilty of crime family, how tight of a family we are. And I like to pose myself as a family to all of you and all the mods, etc. So that being said, let me quickly kind of clear up one thing here. Did you ever say what he did with the baby? With the what? What baby, Maggie? I'm confused what you're talking about now. Okay, so we'll get into that when I don't know what you mean by the baby. I don't know if you mean the body or what. Yeah, he did talk about that, but we're not talking about that today. We're talking about a case that mirrors it. But yes, he did talk about what happened to the body. He sent them on a wild goose chase. I don't think they ever got Natalee Holloway's body back. So no. And you guys, it's a Sunday, we're talking about true crime stuff. So hey, I'll get into a little bit more, but you guys, I want you to know that my mods, because people are coming on here and saying, wait, why are you down a mod? Where are some of the mods? What's going on with the mods? Who's the mods? What's happening? We have Foxy Amazon, we have Synth, and we have Carly. Those are our three mods, like the super mods. And then we have backup Sweetie and we have Tiff that's doing our merchandise. I'm going to show you the merchandise in a bit so that you guys, not only is the merchandise that is beautiful, but the merchandise is so much less expensive and it's made by Tiff. It's beautiful and it's so much cheaper, guys. You guys are going to be able to get merchandise with keychains, stickers, all that for much less, and you're going to get it right at your door very quick. So we'll talk about that today. I do love the mods as well. We lost a couple of mods, you guys. Jojo and Gothic Bree left the channel. Okay, and so I just want to let you guys know I've had, there's been a little bit of people that are concerned behind the scenes. Gothic Bree or Bree has been with us for a really long time, and you guys always hear her name. She's no longer with the channel, but there's been a little bit of drama from what I hear on other channels. And I just want you guys to know that if you guys don't have something nice to say, just don't say it because it reflects on guilty of crime. But we know Gothic Bree and JoJo are no longer with us. They're doing their own thing. Wolfpack and Petty, there were some health issues and job issues. We absolutely have love for them. I have love for JoJo, but I don't know. She, I guess, just didn't feel right being here. Maybe without Bree, I don't know. But yeah, we've cut ties. So Bree, Gothic Bree, whatever you want to call her, is no longer affiliated with Guilty of Crime. If you see her on other channels, yes, please save the drama for your mama. We don't want any of that. Let's let it be. If I see you, I'll pretend like you're not there. We'll do like we're in kindergarten and pretend like we don't see you. Okay, so let's let that go. You don't have to rewatch today because we haven't even got started yet. We are moving on up to the east side. No, it's not guilty of it's not this is not guilty of drama. It is not. But I had a huge phone call yesterday, Foxy. Got a big phone call by one of my sources, and I was told that my source got told some really bad stuff, and that's not good for your sources to call you and tell you things that should have never been told to them. So we need to move on from that. And I ask everybody, just don't ask about it. Let's just let it be. And moving on up to the east side. Now we're going to talk about Mike Damon, you guys. I see Krista as a moderator over at this guy's channel. Yeah, guilty of crime. I want the best for your channel. No drama. Absolutely. And that's why I'm saying anybody that comes to my channel, please just don't associate yourself with anything on other channels. If it's drama, just ignore it like your mom used to tell you when you were in 5th grade. If you have nothing nice to say, honey, don't say anything at all. Let's just do that, okay? Thank you, Randy B. I love you too. Love you so much. I'm just learning this here. I'm learning the YouTube rules and regulations. So I love you. I've been missing my Randy B. Good to see you. I hope my Leo twin comes back in. Krista, thank you so much. Mike Damon. I saw you modding on his channel and I was like, yes, I love that guy. I love how he breaks it down. Yes, please. Especially not to get to my freaking sources, guys. My sources are all I got. Yeah, then I go, huh? Then I go, huh? Then I got, All right, let's keep moving on up now. We're going to watch this together. I got you guys all excited on Friday. The Proudfoots or the Dumbfoots and Chris Watt side by side. Thank you to this channel, very small channel, Mike Damon. Let's go. You guys tell me what you think. I said because I use voice text and can't read it. Okay. Let's listen, guys. Dumbfoots versus the Watts. Love it. I absolutely love this. You guys will see what I'm saying. A parent that actually doesn't give two shits and took their children away from them, and then another set of parents that probably did too. All people with guilty knowledge tend to reference opinions. All right. That's important right there. I'll read that to you. Innocent people tend to deny involvement in their loved one's disappearance. Number one, while people with guilty knowledge tend to reference opinions. Let me translate that for you. That's your opinion, but can you prove it? Do you have evidence that I did something wrong? Guess what, guys? You don't say that if you didn't take the life of your child or commit a crime.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody's gonna have their own opinion on anything like this.
Everybody has an opinion.
No matter what anyone's personal opinion is.
People are people, and they have their opinions.
Right, and I'm going to read these to you so they don't go too fast. Number 2, Chris Watts, CW, and CP. All right, so we got Chris Watts and we got Chris Dumbfoot or Proudfoot, right? Chris Watts and Chris Proudfoot both want to stress to you that nothing, and I say nothing, has been found, including no evidence. All right.
Like the police department went door to door asking like cameras and everything, just like nothing.
And the largest manhunt in Tennessee history.
Love you guys.
There's nothing out there.
There's nothing out there. Okay, and all of them, guys, I got a number 3, all of them decline to speculate, guys. And this includes the evil potato as well, the rotten potato, Jen Soto. Let's throw her into the mix. All of them decline to speculate and show no curiosity as to what happened. All right, we go back and listen to Jen Soto case. She says that's it, that's done, it's over. I didn't actually look, my family looked, and they talked to her friends. She doesn't have any, she doesn't know how to get home. Done. I went home and went to sleep, not wondering what happened, not wondering where she could be, not speculating what could have happened, just a done deal. Do parents that are looking for their children really do that?
Speculating causes problems. Assumptions cause issues.
No, like we have camera there, neighbor has a camera. Everything's checked out.
Everything's checked out. Chris Watts is because he already knows, guys.
I don't want to put anything out there, like suspecting, like if something like somebody pulled in the back, and
I don't want to put anything out there. I'm looking for my whole entire family that disappeared. The whole family disappeared, and I don't want to speculate what could happen because that might help you guys solve the case. Never going to do that. We shouldn't put any speculations out there, guys. Yeah. Hey, Jay, you say out loud what most are thinking. Thank you. Vanessa Maldonado says, I hope you didn't get mad at any questions and mods getting paid. No, Vanessa, that has nothing to do with you. I don't get mad. And if I get mad, I go to you and I tell ya. But no, I wanted to make that clear because that was part of the whole deal was about mods getting paid, and it just blew up. Mods do not get paid on any channel. They donate their time, and channels that are bigger platforms will do buy me a coffee. Now, I've asked my mods if they want to buy me a coffee, and they said no, let's donate to a charity. So I'm going to do a charity instead of buy me a coffee. So the answer is no. Of course, I didn't get mad. I just tell it how it is, girlfriend. All right.
I don't want to speculate. I don't want to. It's because it's an active investigation. I don't want to add any more.
In fact, all of them declined to speculate around footage. In the backyard or anything like that. So it's really hard to even suspect anything right now as far as how she could have left. All right. Likely out of fear, they may say something that doesn't coincide with the footage they don't know about. Footage that hasn't surfaced yet, or something that wasn't noticed in footage already obtained. All right. Again, let's not speculate about what happened to my child. I want to know where they are, right? I should want to know where they are. Wink, wink, but we shouldn't speculate on what happened. Because we have the driveway back there from the new townhomes, but it's so hard to tell.
It's hard to say until we can run down this video and figure out what we're seeing.
Do you think that he watched the Chris Watts interview? Because it's word for word. All of them use words such as, and you guys can look at the Deception Detective
deck and any other person that analyzes not body language but words, they all say suspect, evidence, proof, and guilty. A lot of them say there's no evidence. Jen Soto used that quite a bit. And NK is absolutely, I believe her involvement was much more. I don't think that she did that too. I don't think that she took their lives, Karina, but I definitely think she was involved. And I think she pushed Chris Watts over the edge, and she gave him an ultimatum. Now you guys can go back and watch my channel. I have a whole Chris Watts playlist, and you can see what I think about that. Thank you, Randy B. I appreciate you. Some people can't take my my rough personality. They can't take my it's just harsh. My personality is either it's harsh. You love it or you hate it. All right, Chris Watts, we know that. Yeah, we know that, right? We know that. I would be a lot more upset if my dog was missing than some of the parents with their kids. Exactly. They all say the same words. And it's like, do you think we're dumb? Do you think we're dumb? Peter Hyatt was an expert in statement analysis. Rest in peace, Peter. All right, let's keep going. We're talking about true crime, y'all. Thank you, Shadow. Harsh or genuine? Yeah, it's genuine until people don't like what I have to say. Then it's too harsh. That's the problem. But I'm still going to keep doing it. All right, let's keep going. Often in a context where the word doesn't quite fit, a sign of subconscious.
Suspecting like it's something like
They said a subconscious slip. I just wanted to catch that because that happens, a subconscious slip. We've heard a lot of those in the case of Jen Soto. Oftentimes in a context where the word doesn't quite fit, you guys, a sign of subconscious slip rather than the word they were actually looking for. Now, with Jen Soto, her conscious word slip was Stefan Stearns was deleting his phone, and she said, oh no, I mean updating his phone. This is not from Deception Detective. I put it on there. It's Mike Damon, all right? Mike Damon, all right. Your personality harsh? No! No, not Deception Detective, guys. It's Mike Damon. All right. Yeah, their narcissism means they think we're stupid. Absolutely. There it is, Rachel. I'll leave that up for a minute.
thing out there, like suspecting like it's something like some.
For me to give you a designated area, it would suspect that we think he's in an area where we don't know.
Suspect anything right now as far as how she could.
The best part about it
Thank
is
you.
he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever.
So far, we haven't found him on any camera footage to prove where he's at.
Absolutely zero evidence.
That got me right there when he said absolutely no evidence. Krista, tell me how to pronounce it because I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Mike Demand. To me, it's like, hey, Mike, you demand. Mike, you demand. So you tell me how to pronounce it, Krista, since you mod for the channel. All right. All right. Let's have some fun today. It's just guilty of crime. It's guilty of crime talk today. We're talking about the parents. We're talking about Idaho 4. We're talking about missing Dominican Republic girl. We're talking about true crime and life, right? All right. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's Mike Demand. He's the man. He tells it how he sees it and he analyzes words. He is like Deception Detective and Peter Hyatt.
Who's guilty and who's not guilty.
You know, when they usually eat dinner, it was just like I miss them. Like,
Hold on. I got to read that real quick. Sorry. I have to get everyone out. Okay, number 6, Chris Watts and Katie Proudfoot both. And this got to my soul. It kind of gave me the it made the hair on the back of my mohawk stand up. Chris Watts, Katie Proudfoot speak of the missing people as if they're remembering them at a memorial rather than calling for action and calling for help. I really want my Sebastian back. I really want my children back. They're talking like they're up at the podium when somebody's having a vigil or a memorial. Pay attention.
you know, when they usually eat dinner, it was just like I miss them. Like, I mean, I miss telling, hey, you got to eat that or you're not going to get your dessert, you know, and just like you're not going to get your snack after. I miss that. Like,
I miss, you know, him trying to eat all the sweets instead of dinner.
She acts as if she knows he's gone. Or what? And then she does her theory says that she thinks somebody kidnapped him, but she never pleads for any kidnappers to bring her son back. That doesn't make any sense, guys. Doesn't make any sense at all.
I miss him stealing my Brussels sprouts while I'm trying to cook them.
Eerily similar. Made the hair back.
I wanted to see this kid run in, just barrel rush me and just give me a hug and knock me on the ground. But
I want them to barrel rush me, like give me a hug, knock me on the ground. Remember, Katie Proudfoot also says that if he ran through the door, I want him to tackle me. And now they're showing a body or a sheet. That's where Shanann was left in a shallow grave, which you guys all know the Chris Watts story. All right, Krista says, if I came in the middle of her conversation, I would say, where did he go? And how? And or how did he die? Right? All of us would be screaming from the rooftop, but that's not happening. Who moves when their child's autistic? But who does this and who says this? It's so freaking creepy. It's so eerily similar, guys. It's so eerily similar what's going on here.
I don't even know if I'd be able to speak. I'd probably bulldoze him down with hugs.
Past tense.
yeah, because like Bella was going to start kindergarten.
Was gonna start.
Next Monday.
Sebastian wasn't very much like he didn't go outside very much.
He preferred to play. He prefers to play inside.
Because it was typical for him to get up and come and rummage for snacks and things like that.
Speak of empty rooms, as if the rooms won't be occupied by the
To be
missing
here last
person
night
again.
and to go into their rooms and know that I wasn't going to turn the rain machines on. And I know that I wasn't going to turn their monitor on. No, I wasn't going to kiss them to bed tonight. It was that's why last night was just horrible. I couldn't do it.
We have a bedroom that's empty that is never normally ever empty.
I mean, did they look at Chris Watts and just take a play out of his playbook? Chris Watts and Chris Proudfoot want us to focus on the positive. Translation, don't focus on me.
Around here, and I really hope that all of this can lead to something positive.
Activity, and you try to make it a positive thing.
They want him so bad. Want him back.
If she's vanished, like I want her back so bad. I want those kids back so bad.
I want to find him so bad.
I want to find him so bad.
But there's no malice. So we just want our boy home.
What? They feel hollow, guys. She's like smiling. Number 12. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you. Repeats gesture towards his neck. Like Jennifer Soto, I can't breathe. Remember, they're strangled and suffocated, you guys. In his case, due to experiential memory of strangulation. Look at Katie, guys. All right, that was Mike the man. He's the man. He's the man, guys. What do you guys think about that? And then we're going to listen to the 911 call
All right, guys. Yeah, interesting stuff. That's why we're gonna do the Idaho 4, see what you guys think, just to listen to the 911 call together, because I learned a little bit more about it. I don't know how old Katie Proudfoot is off the top of my head. I'm gonna say she's probably like 37, 38. So yeah, you guys can talk about that in chat. I'm gonna show you guys some merch at the end. I'm gonna also be giving away merch real soon, so that's why I wanted to talk about the new merch that's out, etc. You guys, still we're here, 133 people in chat. If you guys can do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and get a membership. Gift memberships if you can. We want everybody to be on green. I was going to make this a members only today, but I said, you know what? Let's get everybody in here. That way we can get some green on the board. All right. Now we're going to do the 911 call. Trigger warning, guys, if you can't take if you know what happened in the Idaho 4 case. 4 beautiful, I still call them children. They were kids. They were in college. One of them was about to go. It was her last night, and she was going to leave, start her new life. And her life was taken from her. They were all brutally taken. And now the 911 call's released. And it boggles me, you guys. It boggles me. It boggles my mind in what happened. Now, I learned a bit more about it. I was learning about it. I was watching Watts the Obsession, you guys. And when I watched Watts the Obsession, she has a degree. I can't remember exactly what her degree is in, you guys. But I believe Kylie, if you're still here, she knows a lot about trauma and trauma signs, things like that. And she says that the 911 call was made out of just like pure trauma. So I was a bit upset about it. I was a bit upset about that call, you guys. And we're going to play it now again. Trigger warning. My perception has changed a bit. It's changed a bit after listening to Kelly, but I just want to hear what you guys have to think. Yeah, now we're talking. I love you guys. Welcome everybody. If you guys are new here, welcome. Jen Watts put his children. Oh yeah, he did. And can I tell you something again? Trigger warning, Jen. Not only did he put his children in oil barrels, but he put them in oil barrels that were 8 inches in diameter. Okay, their little shoulders didn't fit through that. He pushed them through so much that he had to have either broken bones or the skin sloughed off in the oil barrel. So the first responders, when they got the children out of the oil tanks, you guys, the skin was all sloughing off because of that, because he shoved them in there. All right, so that's how bad it is. Yeah, that's what happened in the Watts case. Again, we don't know what happened yet in the Sebastian Rogers case. We're just learning. Yeah, terrible, horrible. I used to do Watts Wednesdays, so you can go back on my playlist and watch the Watts Wednesdays, Chris Watts case, Family Annihilator case, and it will fill you in on everything that happened in the Watts case, what I think about Nicole Kessinger, etc. All right. You're going to have nothing but nightmares today. It's true crime, baby. It's true crime. It's true crime. Yeah, if you need a break, please take one, because this is what true crime, it's what happens in true crime. And if we don't bring light to it, then people don't know about it. All right, so now we're going to go on to the 911. I just want to give you my take on it, and I want to hear what you guys think about this 911 call the morning after.
Reported on the survivor's frantic call to 911. We have parsed the written transcript, and just last night we were able to fill in some gaps and correct some discrepancies. But tonight we have the recording itself in full, and I'm going to let you hear it in full. First, I'll just say this. The dead students' housemates, Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk, are joined on the call by 2 neighbors from next door. And at least when the call begins, it seems painfully clear that no one has the slightest idea of how bad the situation inside the house really is. So with that as your preamble, I'm going to go over a lot of the
And I want you to remember, I only have one episode of the Brian Koberger case, but if you want to see my take on it, go watch that. It's not very long. There was so much blood that the blood was bleeding out of the house like it was Amityville Horror. There was blood coming out of the room and bleeding onto the walls outside. That's how much blood there was. There were 4 children. Their life were taken by this big giant K-bar knife. Eyelids were cut off, guys. Necks were slit. Okay, so again, trigger warning. This is true crime. This is what happens in true crime, and this is the 911 call. Yeah, if you gotta go, come back. We're here. We're here until we're not. We're here until we're not. All right, let's keep going.
Transcript after this call, so just listen and don't worry. I know some of it's really hard to hear, but I will go line by line for a lot of it. But I wanted you to hear it in its entirety so you can make judgments for yourself. Play it.
911 location of your emergency. Something is happening. Something happened in our house. We don't know what. What is the address of the emergency? 1122. What is the rest of the address? Oh, Kings Road. Okay. And is that a house or an apartment? It's a house. Can you repeat the address to make sure that I have it right? I'll talk to you guys. We live at the White, so we're next to them. I need someone to repeat the address for verification. The address? 1122 King Road. And what's the phone number that you're calling from? What's your phone number?
Just imagine what you wouldn't know
exactly what's going on. One of the roommates has passed out, and she was drunk last night, and she's not waking up. Okay. Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah. Hi, and are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to keep the phone, stop passing it around. Can I just tell you what happened pretty much? What is going on currently? Is someone passed out right now? I don't really know, but pretty much at 4 a.m. Okay, I need to know what's going on right now if someone is passed out. Can you find that out? Yeah, I'll come. Come on, we gotta go check. But we have to.
They were young adults, but Rachel, the way I look at them, I mean, I'm 45 years old. My son is old. My son is 25. He's older than they were when their lives got taken. So the reason I say that they're kids is because, man, it feels like they're kids. They didn't even get to start their lives yet. So yes, they were young adults, but to me, I feel like I want to hug them and their parents. I feel like they're babies. Even young adults, I still call my son that's 25 my baby. Right? So yes, they were. I just want to hug everybody that's involved in this case. And that's why I say that. So yeah, I guess if I was their age, I wouldn't call them kids, but to me, they're kids. So hopefully that doesn't, strike a nerve with anyone on me saying that. And yeah, this is a horrible call. They're kids. Yeah. I mean, I can't see it as anything else. They didn't get to live their dreams, their lives, get married, even maybe not even finish their DoorDash for all I know. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know this either. I'm hearing different stories about it. And we'll talk about it after we listen here. I know Kylie probably knows a lot more about it because I know you were on the live with Kelly and Watts the Obsession the other night.
She's not waking up.
Damn.
Okay, one moment. I'm getting help started that way. Okay, thank you.
That guy sounds like he's going to pass out, and that creeps me out again. It makes the hair on the back of my mohawk stand up, guys, because it's like I'm trying to understand what shock and who. Yeah, I feel like all of the above is correct. I feel like they're absolutely hungover. They were all drinking that night. They came back in at 4 in the morning is when the caller that, thank God for her, described bushy eyebrows and his stature, and then you get that DNA and you match bushy eyebrows with the DNA and Brian Koberger's stature, and I believe they have the right man in jail right now. Again, innocent until proven guilty. I think they have the right man, but there had to have been blood. I'm trying to figure out what's happening here because they don't want to go in the room. They're like, we have to do it. I feel like somebody else went in the room and saw it and then came back and reported. It's hard to tell what's happening. Some people are saying it's trauma. Some people are saying, yeah, it sounds like he's going to throw up. And I probably, listen up, guys. Just telling you, my wife had a C-section and I had to pre-plan what a C-section would look like because I pass out when I see real blood. Okay, so that's what it sounds like to me. Shock, horror. I like horror films, but when it comes to real blood, it literally makes me want to pass out. So yeah, just imagine that.
Okay, and how old is she?
She's 20.
20.
Yes, 20. Here's one. Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, I need someone to stop passing the phone around because I've talked to 4 different people.
Okay, sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
Hello?
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay.
You need to talk to them, okay? I can't talk to them. They need you to talk to them.
Hello. Okay. I've already sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Stay on the line. If there is a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
Say that again? There's a police here right now.
Okay. If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
We don't have one. I think yes. Do you have a defibrillator? Yes, we have one.
Are you talking to the officer?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let you go since he's there with you and can help you.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation.
That's crazy how it's weird too. Now the 911 call's insane, but then it stops and it's interesting to see Ashley Banfield like, welcome to I just flashed back to us talking with Brianna Michello and Rebecca, and then like those newscasters are so weird. They're like, I'm a robot. Let me ask you this one question that's gonna emotionally affect you. Okay, let me ask that. Oh, now you're crying. That's the perfect shot. Oh, we're gonna cut out the other 4 hours that we just spent in your house rearranging it and asking you. Anyway, again, let's talk true crime and guilty of crime. Parents that don't care, people that are missing, fake newscasters. I'm not saying Ashley Banfield is. It just reminded me of that right now. Assumed it was not something similar. I'm not sure what that means, but all right. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get into the next one too. I'll put it up just while we're waiting here. We're gonna look at the missing girl. All right, and then we can talk about that a little more. Yeah, it just ended suddenly, right? And then she was like, "Hey, I'm Ashley Banfield," but we're talking about a bunch of different things today, and yeah, I wish I would have had a better been in the algorithm a little more, but that's okay. I mean, we're gonna talk about the new merch and everybody. I wish more people would be here. I know everyone's gonna say, "How did I miss the live?" Because YouTube didn't put it out into the algorithm, guys. All right, so this is the missing American. They call her missing American. Sudiska vanishes in Dominican Republic. Let's just watch this for a second together. This reminds me so hard of the Natalee Holloway case.
A University of Pittsburgh student seemingly vanished while in the Dominican Republic.
Nobody
vanishes.
vanishes.
Nate Foy with Fox News joining us live now with the latest information. Good afternoon, Nate. Obviously, a lot of information coming in, but still so many questions.
So many questions, Josh, and I want to show you some of the search efforts real quick. If we can catch this helicopter before it disappears into the tree line right there, you see that the search efforts continue as we're now in the second week of this investigation. And Josh, we're learning more about the person that Sudiksha Kananki was last seen with. He's now identified as Joshua Reeby of Iowa. He's been questioned multiple times this week by both American and Dominican investigators. And thanks to our colleague, Brian Yanis at Fox News, we were able to obtain a transcript of his interview with Dominican investigators, a nearly 4-hour interview on Wednesday of this week. So behind me, you see the Rio Republica Resort. That's where Kananki was last seen. And according to the transcript of his interview with Dominican authorities.
Right. I want you to remember who that is. I also don't want you to, I don't want to forget this American. So I got them to hear a name because it's so hard for me to say it. All right. The Vander Sloot. After this, I'm going to show you a quick Natalee Holloway, you're in Vander Sloot, just so you can see the very, very similarities. But Kylie says we can definitely say now the roommates were scared enough to speak at that moment, enough to have come in the room. They were something was not right. Okay, now we're going back. Didn't they pull his passport? They finally did, but at first they weren't. He gave some cockamamie story, in my opinion, but let's listen.
Reeby says they met at the resort that night. They started drinking at the hotel bar. They went into the ocean. They started kissing each other, and then a big wave hit them, took them out to sea. He then tried rescuing her, bringing her back to the shoreline. Once they got there, they were in knee-deep water, and he asked her if she was okay. He didn't hear her response because of all the seawater that he had swallowed during that rescue. Then he passed out on the beach and didn't leave for a few hours, and then told authorities that he didn't realize that she was missing until the following morning. Now, his family has put out a statement saying that he's been irregularly detained and that his lawyer wasn't present for all of the questioning. We do know that his lawyer was there for a questioning from Loudoun County detectives. Loudoun County is where Kananki is from in Virginia. They had boots on the ground here in the Dominican Republic, but those Loudoun County detectives have since gone back to the United States. And I want to ask my photographer to show the red flags here outside the Rio Republica Resort. Those indicate dangerous ocean conditions. And then we can also pan off to the ocean here. You see a lot of people are enjoying themselves. There are waves. And I mentioned the red flags, but we're seeing children in the ocean today as well. We're told that those red flags didn't go up until after Kananki disappeared. So Dominican authorities promised that they're evaluating all possibilities, including the idea that possibly her disappearance wasn't an accident. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, and Nate, I did want to ask you, because we've seen a few brief statements that
Yeah, he lawyers up. We're going to talk about that next if you guys are down. It's a total BS story, in my opinion. Nobody had asked anything. They saw the last footage of him with his arm around her, and they weren't making out or doing anything yet. And he just starts throwing in this, oh, we were making out so much. And Kylie says, Jay, the only the one kid saw fully, and that was after they were asked to go check. Okay, maybe that was the guy that was breathing hard. Now we're going back and talking about the Brian Koberger case. So yeah, I hear you. I'm also invested in MS case. I have no idea about any of these other cases. Oh, Madeline Soto. Yeah, I have to. I need to be the voice for everyone. Yeah, I don't know. They were out drinking that night as well. I think something really bad happened. Welcome, T-Bird Bird. Good afternoon. I'm glad you're here. I love coming in on a Sunday. because there's people that don't ever see me on the weekend, and I miss you guys. All right, so I'm going to show you the comparison to this and Joran Vander Sloot that took years to solve. It was a horrible, horrible case for the parents. They had to keep going back and forth, and he was extorting them, and then he took the life of another person. And once he got arrested for that, he finally came clean. And Joran Vander Sloot is almost identical. It's like they take a book out of a page out of the playbook and do this. I'm telling you guys. And this dude, don't get me started. What's up, Maria? How you doing? Decades. I know, Foxy. I've been following that for decades. The Natalee Holloway case. I was in high school, graduating high school. I think it was 1997 or something like that. Or was it at the beginning of 2000? I'm 45 years old. I've been following this case for decades. When I say that I'm a true crime all the time, true crime junkie, I really am. I've been studying and learning about true crime since I was about 9 years old, when Jeffrey Dahmer case came out. And even before that, when Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, lived in our town. And we were scared of him. We lived in there and we were fearing him. And Simon, yes, hashtag arrest Jen Soto. Absolutely. We need justice for everyone. Wonder if she was allowed to drink out there at 20. Yeah, all the kids go out there and party and drink in towns like that. You know, they say he met at a bar and they had a few drinks. Yeah, absolutely. It says spring break. Yeah, you can. Listen, I had a fake ID when I was younger. I was at the clubs when I was like 18, 19. I was out drinking before I was of age. Have you heard of Emily Pike? I am going to do the Emily Pike case this week. Absolutely. I've heard of Emily Pike. My girl Synth got me a document together for Emily Pike. Now Grizzly True Crimes covered it. Hidden True Crimes covered it. Yes, I've heard of Emily Pike, but I want to save that case for this week. Yes, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. I'm older than you. I've been interested since Forensic Files came out. I've been interested since Forensic Files came out too. I've watched almost every single Forensic File and then the new ones that have come out. But you might be older than me. I don't know. All right, let's keep going. No body has been found, Clementine, but there's a story in place that doesn't seem right.
That have been put out by authorities there in the Dominican Republic. We know that there were some American agencies that were out there as well. Do we know if there is going to be a full-fledged news conference, anything like that? Have we heard of any official news conference that could be coming up with maybe some more details?
We're not getting a lot of cooperation from authorities. The Dominican Attorney General's office said that they were not going to hold a news conference until they had a significant development in the investigation. Now, we have learned about that interview since they told us that, so that could or could not count as a significant development. It is important to point out at this point, Reby is only described as a witness. He's not a suspect. He's not a person of interest. And this is still just a missing persons investigation rather than a...
Oh, no, he's a person of interest. After I show you this next thing, I'm going to show you more about this case. I want you all to know about Sudiksha, and then they call it Konak. I got to hear them say it, but I don't say it right. I'll get it right eventually.
Criminal investigation. But if there is a major change, we're told there will be a news conference. And if that happens, we will certainly be there to cover it.
All right, let's take this off. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You guys probably all know about Natalee Holloway, but I'm going to show you the after decades. Absolutely, there was a confession. FBI details how Vander Sloot, his name is Joran Vander Sloot, confession in the Natalee Holloway death case came together. I'm going to read this to you, and then I'll let you hear her mom. Her mom's gone through hell and back. Mom and dad looking for her and playing games with Joran Vander Sloot. He's been playing games with them, extorting them. This guy's a bad guy, you guys. He's a bad guy. All right. So Joran Vander Sloot's recent confession. Now, this is in October 24th, 2023. Okay. 2023. Listen up. It was in 2005, guys. So Joran Vander Sloot's confession that he took the life
of Alabama teenager Natalee Holloway in Aruba in 2005. This was in years in the making. So 2005 to 2023, after investigators compiled detailed case files and more recently got the blessing of Holloway's mother for related, they gave him a plea deal, guys. He's a piece of crap, by the way. If you know about him, you know. Now, his confession was publicized in court documents last week, 2023, shortly after he finally pleaded guilty in an Alabama federal court to not only that, but extorting and defrauding Holloway's family. The confession came in early October 2023. Now, going into that room that day, both parties kind of went in a mutual understanding of why they were there and what they hoped to accomplish. Now, that's what the FBI official, they sat down with Vander Sloot, Holloway's killer, and they captured his confession. He confessed to taking her life as part of a plea agreement in the extortion and fraud case. During the proffer, the Dutch national detailed how he killed Holloway, who was 18 at the time, you guys, on a beach in Aruba after she rejected his sexual advances. Eventually, he bludgeoned her with a cinder block and put her body in the ocean. Court documents show that. In the proffer, a defendant offers information that about the crime and they get a plea deal. Okay, so that's what happened with this guy. He's a piece of trash. This is him. He looks a lot older than he did. They had to bring him back from another country because he was in another country. He was in a Peruvian prison, you guys. I got to tell you this. He was in a Peruvian prison for taking the life of another young female. He met a young female in a bar, took her back to his hotel, and brutally took her life. He got arrested for that, and he's been in a Peruvian prison, but the Peruvian prisons let him have girlfriends and wives in there. So he's having kids with all these Peruvian women, and he finally got extradited back. Yeah, Patsy died of cancer. We're talking about the little girl. I've been covering that case. Why am I blanking out? Ramsey, JonBenet Ramsey. All right. So anyway, they brought him back from the Peruvian prison. They made a deal, and he took a life of another girl named Stephanie Flores. In 5 years after he took Natalee Holloway's life, he took the life of Stephanie Flores. He got a 20-year sentence, and that was in a Peruvian prison. They've now extradited him, brought him back here, and he took a plea deal. All right. So look at right under this video shows additional people on Punta Cana Beach when student went missing. So this is they are relating this to that case as well. Let's take a look at this real quick. This is the person of interest with Sudishka. I wish I could say it right. This is the image, the last image. New information revealed on the other people on the beach when Sudiksha went missing. I wish I knew I could say her name right, guys. Hold on.
When it comes to travel, where to is where it all.
Why do they gotta do that? All right, I'm gonna get to it. Hold on. I just want to see the footage, what they show real quick. The last moments that he was with her. Let's see. All right, there it is. That's her, and that's the person of interest. You can tell he wants to be
a lobby with a group of friends at approximately.
Right.
Surveillance video shows missing University of Pittsburgh student Sudiksha Konunki leaving a Punta Cana hotel lobby with a group of friends at approximately 4:15 a.m. on March 6th, a source close to the investigation told CNN. CNN previously verified a screen grab from different surveillance footage showing the friends walking around the hotel property around the same time. Konunki was reported missing later that day after she failed to return from the beach. Authorities tell CNN they are investigating her disappearance. The friend group and hotel staff are being questioned, and officials are reviewing additional camera footage. There's also a search party of over 300 people looking for Konunki, according to a Dominican Republic National Police spokesperson.
That's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Very crazy.
All right, I'm going to show some more of this. I want you guys to, since I have time right now, kind of. All right, so this is the person of interest that they finally named, and this one is actually a really good one on law and crime. We can
here with his arm around Sudiksha Konanki in this chilling surveillance video. He was the last person to see the missing American college student before she vanished as the sun came up on the beach in the Dominican Republic. This is a major twist. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stanky, lived in the county just outside Washington, D.C. Here's the email I got back from the sheriff's office today naming Reeby. It is important to note that they say this is a missing persons investigation. This is not a criminal case. And the person of interest, we do want to note, is exactly that, a person who is of interest. And in this case, this is a missing persons investigation. A person of interest is not a suspect. But let's talk about this person of interest and how they factor into this story. You can see Joshua Reeby here. He is the person in that cutoff t-shirt. Here's a picture from a family member's Facebook page. So you can see what he looks like.
Now, I want to tell you something. When you go back to the other case, not American, a student, huh? Maggie Duke must be having... all right, so we're still talking about this case. I really want you guys to see this guy. They said the same thing about Joran Vander Sloot. They had a picture of him when he was younger. He went on to many shows. He went on to talk shows, guys, in America and claimed that he did nothing to her. He said that they were intimate with each other. Now, the same thing is happening with this guy, and he's having friends come out and say, oh, he wouldn't hurt a fly. He wouldn't do anything. Look at him. He's a teddy bear. So I have the biggest fear. Now, I think they know that she's not alive. Her clothes are missing, folks. Her clothes went missing. Okay. They found her clothes, and that's it. They didn't find her body. He said he was washed up with just shorts, and he lost his shirt. All right. His name Reeby, like urine. That's so funny. Yeah, she's 18. What'd they say? She was 18. It's crazy. All right. Do you guys want to hear a little bit more about this, or do you guys want other cases? We got a lot to talk about, but I really can't just focus on. I never just want to focus on Madeline Soto just to get numbers in here, guys. I really think it's important, and I think you guys are going to see how interested people start to get in this case, because I really do think that this person of interest is going to turn into much more than that. All right, let's watch a little bit of this. You can see the people and what happened.
Reeby, also a college student. He was in the Dominican Republic on spring break.
Hi, my name is Josh Reeby, and today I'll be showing you how to set up a total station.
This is video we found posted to his YouTube account 2 years ago. We did a dive into his background, and here's what we know about him at this point. Reeby's a senior at St. Cloud State University in Minnesota. He's a native of Rock Rapids, Iowa. In high school, he appeared to be an athlete playing football and wrestling. He graduated in 2021. Here's a video posted to his school's Facebook page where he gives advice to future graduates.
My name is Josh Reeby.
And as soon as person of interest was put out publicly today, this story got a whole new level of attention. And even though person of interest grabs a lot of people's attention, we want to be clear that a person of interest is not a suspect. No charges have been filed in this case. And according to what we've heard from Dominican authorities, this case is still being investigated as an accident, though the authorities in Virginia say nothing has been ruled out as they're assisting in this investigation. Here is what Reeby reportedly told investigators about what happened after this surveillance video shows him with Sudiksha and some of her friends going to the beach around 4:15 in the morning from their all-inclusive resort in Punta Cana. And while we have video of them going to the beach, there are not cameras on the beach, so we can't see what happens when they get there. We know that everyone in the group went back to the hotel around 5:55 a.m., leaving Reeby behind with Sudiksha. And according to ABC News, citing a police report, Dominican law enforcement believe that Reeby and Sudiksha went for a swim and she was swept away by a big wave and likely drowned. And according to local Dominican media, Reeby told police that he threw up and fell asleep on a beach.
Look, that's him coming back, and you're hearing his story now. He said he just, after that, now he's letting people know that she, more than likely, she's not alive. All right. So she knows, or he's telling people that she probably drowned. Her clothes are gone. He almost drowned. He couldn't help her, and now he's back. And yes, I'm the one that timed out Nicole, the troll. I timed her out and kicked her off my page. And we're all done, Karina. Thanks for asking. I appreciate you, because we're still talking about all true crime and guilty of crime and other cases today. So you guys are welcome to talk about whatever you want. I'm done. My house is back to normal. It's been 1 year and 1 week since my roof fell in, and we're all good. We're all good now. We're all back to good. All done. We know your heart is with ours, getting justice, but you have to stay. No, I don't have to stay on one case at a time. What? No, I can't stay on one case at a time, Kelly Higgins. Love you back, but no, I can't stay on one case at a time. I'm sorry. It just can't happen. I have too many cases to cover. I can't cover Madeline Soto every single day. But word to you, I appreciate you. There are a lot of channels that do. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, I'm going to cover a whole bunch more this week too. So we're definitely going to cover the case of the girl that was I can't get Synth. You put that together for me. She was dismembered. We're going to talk about that. Thank you for being back, Tiff. That's our new mod. I'd have like 5 subscribers. What if I did what? Jay got the AD. I got ADHD for sure. But today we're talking about all true crime. Jay, whatever you do, whatever the hell you want. I have people in chat saying to do something else, but I'm showing multiple cases today. It's like when you go to, sometimes Court TV will say, we're talking about Madeline Soto, and they talk about her for 3 minutes, and then they talk about other cases. Today it's all true crime, all different, whatever I want to talk about.
Sure. We don't see him return to the hotel until 9:55 later that morning. He's seen on surveillance video walking back to the hotel alone with his shirt off. Sudiksha wasn't reported missing until 4 p.m. that day. Police have found what they believe to be Sudiksha's clothing on a beach chair and have said that there's no signs of violence. Dominican media outlets citing police have raised questions about Reeby's story. He has said that he threw up, that he fell asleep on a beach chair. But there are questions about how consistent he's been when it comes to the last time he saw Sudiksha and what she was doing, whether she was in the ocean, whether she was on the shore. And at the time of this recording, Reeby...
Yeah, and he's not answering many questions now. She's very beautiful. We're going to do Emily Pike. I just found what I have. Thank you to Synth. So yeah, True Crime Smorgasbord. It says it. That's what we're talking about today. I don't get to cover all the different cases during the week. I have to cover one at a time. And guess what, guys? I don't hashtag take my meds. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD and I take nothing. Nothing for nothing, right? That's weird thing for a watcher of channel to say, just saying. Shadisha. I don't think it's Shadisha. Is that what you looked up, Synth? Her name's Shadisha? I don't know. We'll keep going. Everyone says it a little different.
Is still in the Dominican Republic as this search continues. While ABC News has reported that Dominican police believe that Sudiksha's disappearance was an accident, that she drowned, her father, who is now in the Dominican Republic, is pushing for authorities to do more, to explore possibilities of foul play like kidnapping or abduction. He also told media that he didn't know who Reeby was, meaning that Reeby must have met Sudiksha while they were on spring break there at that all-inclusive resort. Sudiksha is a student at the University of Pittsburgh. Her family says that she was planning to study pre-med when she got back to Pittsburgh in the spring and then one day pursue a career in medicine. And while there are a lot of theories that are floating out there right now.
Yeah, we'll listen to a little more of this, and then if you guys want, we can... Shadiksha. That's right, Synth. You spelled it wrong the first time. All right. Naziah Harris case, there's a lot of new stuff and then none at the same time. The new stuff is the trial is coming up, Krista. That's what's new. Now, the drama surrounding it and the channels covering it, that's a whole other story. So, yeah, right. I'm going to let you say that. All right, let's listen to some more of this. And if you guys have other things you want to talk about, we can for a little longer. I was on, an hour and 42 minutes earlier. Now an hour and 9 minutes. And, I just like spending time with you guys when I can.
I think I'm going to be taking the day off tomorrow. I got some things to sort out at my house. The girl you could have so important and she was taken. This girl could have been someone important and she was taken out. Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I think so too, you guys. I think, Marlene, I think exactly that. And I think she was strangled.
We want to be clear that at this point, there has been no evidence of foul play. Dominican police have searched the beach where Sudiksha was last seen with helicopters and crews on the ground. And we do want to note that this is a beach that has been dangerous. Frankly, this year, it has been deadly. Earlier this year in January in Punta Cana, according to the Associated Press, 4 tourists drowned in rough sea conditions with high winds and red flag warnings. While the possibility of an accident is very much real, this story is drawing comparisons to another story of a missing American student, Natalee Holloway, who in 2005 went missing in Aruba while on a trip after her high school graduation. The prime suspect in that story was Dutch national Joran Vander Sloot, a very notorious name now 20 years later. He was never charged with her murder, and she was never found. But he was convicted of a separate murder in Peru in 2012 and then pleaded guilty to wire fraud and extortion related to the Holloway case in 2023. The stories that we cover here at Law and Crime prove that life is unpredictable and having a great attorney matters. And that's where we bring in our partner and sponsor, Morgan. News of the day is that this person, Josh Reeby, who she was last seen with, is now considered.
All right, so we're going to listen to a little bit of, I believe this is an attorney. I want to hear exactly why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? And he lawyered up, you guys. He lawyered up, and there's certain questions he won't answer. Now, if I were out on a beach somewhere hanging out with some, somebody that I was making out with, etc., I definitely would be, have gone straight to the police or straight to somebody and told them. I wouldn't have, but we're not the same. And I would answer all questions. I wouldn't say, oh, I can't answer that. I'd want them to be found. So yeah, that being said, and thank you, Krista. I appreciate that. That's why you're here.
A person of interest, according to the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office in Virginia. What does that tell you about this investigation and where it could go next?
Well, knowing he was the last person that was with her, seen her, knew about her, I find it a little interesting that he apparently he said he got sick when they both got in the ocean, and he came out and apparently passed out, and he got up. It was several hours before he even noted anybody that they couldn't find her or wherever she was. And then he claims that she must have drowned in the ocean. So they apparently have found some of her clothes. And so I got some reservations that something's not right with him, and that's why they probably named him a person of interest to keep bringing him in or see if his story changes or he updates and hopefully finally gives, if he is involved, tells them exactly what happened or where they can find her.
Yeah, he not a suspect at this point. No charges have been filed at the time of this recording, but a person of interest. Over the weekend, she goes missing on Thursday, and then over the weekend, the reports come out that the Dominican police believe that this was a drowning, or that's the likely incident that happened, that it was an accident. What did you make of the timeline that investigators had in putting that information out to the media?
Well, I got a problem with them thinking it may be a drowning. I think we have a person that knows or was with her, and there's evidence he was with her at 4:30 in the morning, and he continues the story to say they got into the water, the waves, it was rough, and then she said he thinks he may have drowned, but the timeline of getting authorities involved or letting somebody know that she was missing is a little offset with me. I mean, I would keep looking at him, and I believe that's why law enforcement has named him a person of interest, to keep looking at him, because he was the last person apparently that was with her.
And you have experience when it comes to following these investigations when it takes place in another country. And in this case, you have, from what Dominican officials have told members of the media, is that they believe it was an accidental drowning. And now you have the Loudoun County, Virginia Sheriff's Office saying that though it is still a missing persons case, that this person, Josh.
All right, we're going to watch this for another minute, and then you guys do me a favor, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new.
We'd love to see you in green. If not, I in fact won't be streaming tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day. I've got things going on. So today I'm kind of making up for it and hanging out with you guys. I am going to go into the Emily Pike case right after we watch this for a few more minutes. So again, you guys get your memberships, super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App, all that if you can. If not, it's all good. All right, let's keep going. I am taking the day off tomorrow. I got stuff to sort out. My house is finally done, and I am also going to hang out with the wife tomorrow. So that's much needed time as well.
Reby, who is also at the hotel, that he's a person of interest. The fact that you have kind of U.S. officials saying one thing, Dominican officials saying the other, what does that tell you about how this investigation is going thus far?
Well, the goodness of this case is the FBI is involved now. And I believe there's several agents there, or their teams of looking for missing persons is there with them. So I believe, and not taking control of the investigation, because obviously it's their country, their case. The FBI has volunteered to come in here, probably from the resources, and the sheriff up in Virginia, who probably recommend contacting the FBI and getting them there. So the due diligence of the FBI and the resources that they have is a little bit different than probably what they do on the island. I experienced that when I was in Aruba. One of the things that I did when I got into Aruba was to find somebody locally that knew everybody, that could speak their language and take.
Right. And Aruba is where Holloway went missing. So, okay, we're not going to cover this whole case right now. I'm very interested in this, and you guys are kind of seeing what my interest is in the cases that I'm following. Again, I never just do Madeline Soto because I got to cover more cases. So we are going to do we're going to do a full deep dive on the Emily Pike case. And since I am talking about guilty of crime and Jay, I have been married for 20 years this year. And we are going to Hawaii this year. So there will be a week or two that I take off from you guys this year. I deserve it after this house situation. You didn't ask for that, but it'll be on my 20-year wedding anniversary. We're going to Hawaii, and hopefully I can take off like 14 days to be chilling at the beach in Hawaii. So thank you for asking that. And Lori, you're welcome for the membership. Now we're going to talk about Emily Pike. Again, we're doing a J ADHD day. And then after that, I'm going to show you the new merch. I'm going to direct you how to get to it. I'm going to show you what you could win, because you guys, I love you guys. You guys are so dedicated. We're going to also make some shirts for the mods. And Lynette, I appreciate that. That's awesome. I feel fortunate to have my family. My wife gave birth to both of our children. I didn't have to do that. So she gave birth to both kids, and I love them. I love them so much. And that's what makes my life go around are my children. Get a Lomi massage. Yeah, I'm going to just go hang out. Redecorating time, baby. You know it, Krista. You know it. Love the squirreling. Yeah. I don't take anything. I'm sure I have bad ADHD, but I use it to my advantage to report on stuff, interact with you guys, catch your, your comments, and do all the things. So I use it to my advantage. Thank you so much. All right, let's talk about the Emily Pike case, and then I'll dig into it more this week.
Welcome back. This morning, we're giving a voice to victims like 14-year-old Emily Pike. She was found murdered, her body parts in trash bags.
Now, I gotta say, I do like this lady just because of her passion, Julie. I've never met any of those people or anything like that, so I don't know how they are. But yeah, trigger warning for all this. The trigger warning. That's all I can say. Will be 25 years from me. Well, congratulations, baby D. It's not easy to stay married. If you're trolling, don't worry. We at Guilty of Crime will send you strolling. You got it. You got that. You guys got that. I appreciate you guys, all of you guys, all of my people here. And that's why we do what we do. And I love interacting with you guys. I really do.
It's on the side of the road outside of Phoenix, Arizona.
Her brutal murder is sending shockwaves through her San Carlos Apache community where she was living. Emily was living in a group home at the time that she ran away in January, and hikers discovered.
Yeah, this is scary, guys, because this could happen to anyone. Definitely trigger warning. When I heard what happened, I was thinking of the I covered her case. She snuck out to get a Slurpee, and the guys that were she snuck out to get a Slurpee. What is her name? Yeah, I'll think of it in a minute Jocelyn Nungrai, guys. Jocelyn Nungrai went and snuck out just to go get a Slurpee at 7-Eleven, and they brutally did things to her and then took her life. So, when we were younger, we could sneak out and run to 7-Eleven, and it didn't seem like that shit happened. Yeah, I've covered quite a bit on Jocelyn Nungrai. All right.
Discovered her remains a couple weeks later. She was found in eastern Arizona, and her family is devastated.
And we don't know at this time, who is responsible. But I do know they mess with the wrong people. We are not going to be quiet. This is not going to, we want justice, and we're not going to be quiet until we get it.
Several vigils have been held to honor Emily Pike and to bring visibility to missing and murdered Indigenous people. Emily's killer is still out there this morning. Let's talk about how we get justice for Emily. I have two very special guests I want to welcome in. They got up very early this morning to be with us, and we're so grateful for that. Emily's uncle, Allred Pike Jr., is with us, and Mary Kim.
Yeah, definitely is Native American, I believe. They're talking about the Indigenous people, and I got to tell you, you can always tell by someone's looks when you see the high cheekbones and the brown color skin. I'm sure I have some Native American in me too with the high cheekbones, but I'm Spanish and Puerto Rican. But you can kind of tell Indigenous people. The little girl had the high cheekbones, brown skin. Yeah, we want justice for Emily. Absolutely. I'm just getting into this now, so I'm not really sure. We're listening to this together, and I'm going to continue on. I'm going to do a deep dive on this, and yeah.
Titla is with us as well, who knows Emily's family and who's also the executive director of the organization United National Indian Tribal Youth. Welcome to you both. Allred, I'd like to begin with you, if I may, please. And might I just start by saying, on behalf of everyone at Court TV, we are so sorry for your loss. Allred, tell us about your niece, Emily, please.
Emily was just teen, she was learning how to do her makeup. She was full of life. She was a happy young girl. No matter what the circumstance, she smiled. And all the pictures that are out there, you could see that beautiful smile of my niece. And that's the perfect example of who she was. She was always smiling.
Sunshine, just a picture of sunshine. When I look at the photos of her, that's how I would imagine her, Allred. Mary Kim, you're also a member of the San Carlos Apache tribe that Emily belonged to. What can you tell us about the sentiment among the members of the community learning?
That's what I'm wondering too. That was my number one concern, is why she was in a group home. Again, I haven't deep dived this case. I'm just listening to the bare minimum with you right now. She definitely did not run away. She snuck out from her group home. I think she snuck out maybe to go meet a boyfriend, or when we were kids, we all snuck out to do something, and we're all still here. That's a problem. But they found her her body parts in bags. They dismembered her, you guys. All right.
Of Emily's murder.
This has been outrageous for us. It's been heartbreaking. We're going through all the phases of grief along with the family. Many of us, know the extended family and the relatives, and the fact that she is from our tribal community brings it to another level. It makes it more personal. We all have suffered some sort of trauma in our lives due to, the historical and generational trauma that we've experienced in our history. And many of us, others, including my own family, we have our own relatives who've gone missing and were found murdered. So we are experiencing, the sad. And we feel for the family very deeply. There's been an outpouring in our community surrounding the family, to support the family, to show solidarity and to show that we care. So people are coming together to walk and to have vigils and to march. And they're creating posters and T-shirts. And it's really been amazing to see that we are alarmed at what happened, and everyone wants justice.
Yes, Mary Kim. And might I say, on behalf of all of us, we are sorry for the losses you've experienced. I understand you've had 3 relatives go missing. And we are so sorry for 3 female relatives, I should say, that you've experienced that. And when you come from that place of understanding and trauma, this just hits so much harder. Allred, tell me, when we think back, I'm sure you've gone over these facts of Emily's case in your mind zillions of times. We understand that she ran away from the group home.
Oh,
she had run away before.
She did run away, not just sneak out. Interesting. Okay. Again, I'm just learning about this as we go. That's one of the most horrific things, man. That's to be, I don't even know the words, to be found, your body parts be found. That's just awful. She was taken from her mom and lived in a children. Yeah, she was in one. I just don't know all the details. I'm learning them now.
We understand police were called. What do you think might have happened? Do you think that somebody could have been trying to lure her? Do you think that she was targeted by someone trying to get her out of that group home and out of the safe place she was in and to do her harm?
That's a very, the possibility is there for someone to lure her out. I mean, from Mesa to where she was found is a good 80-mile drive. So from where she was at to where she ended up is way out there in the middle of nowhere. So questions kind of come up. How did she end up all the way back close to the reservation borders? Who would be able to do something like this?
I mean, a lot of people nowadays do something like this. Every other day we wake up and we hear these type of things, right? It's a demonic thing. It's a predator thing. I think she ran away, guys, and I think she just came across the wrong people. I in my heart of hearts, I don't think they're gonna find anything on cell phones or anything that someone lured her out. But I think when she ran away and she went onto the street and ran into people that said, "Hey, I'll take you in," or whatever, the same story over and over we hear. That someone acts like they're going to be friendly, and then they want to take advantage in a sexual way. The same story over and over. They say no. And that's it. End of story. And then they got to get rid of a body. But, it's a tale older than any tale. And it just keeps happening. It keeps happening. I don't know what's going on in this world, but every day it's something new times 100, right?
Is it somebody local? Is it that somebody from the valley bring her back down towards close to the reservation? The questions are out there. How, why? It's just frustrating that we're not getting any answers at the moment.
Right. I'm sure it's incredibly frustrating. We know, Mary Kim, we know that the Department of Child Safety has opened up an inquiry into that group home where Emily was living. And we know that there's also a legal push in the House of Representatives right now with a bill to try to change the Amber Alert system to make sure that it includes Indigenous people. Your thoughts on these 2 components, please?
That's so weird. Why wouldn't an Amber Alert include the Indigenous people? Is it because they, I don't know enough about that. Is it because they police their own community? Is that why? Like things that happen get policed and so they don't do that? Patricia, go eat dinner. Thank you. Have a good night. It's only 4:00 here. I'm in California. Yeah, Wendy, surprised I lived out of the 70s. Jeez, right? Federal. I don't know. I think they police their own community. That's why they don't let outside. It's it's just some circumstance that they do on their own. They have their own reservation. They don't want outside forces coming in and doing things, so they're allowed to have the tribal government, and that means hey, if you don't want one thing, then it doesn't apply to other thing when you need help. So that's basically what's happening. Yeah, they have a there you go. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. Everything's all about money, baby D. Everything's either all about money or some kind of sexual act. It feels like nowadays. It sucks. 7:15 there. Well, I'm glad you're here today. Thank you. I appreciate you guys that are.
It's very important to have an Amber Alert for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls.
Yep.
We know that this is an epidemic. Indigenous women have the highest rates when it comes to missing and murdered Indigenous or people. And so this is very important. We want to make sure that this doesn't happen again. There have been too many cases, and we're very concerned, that if someone else goes missing, what's the response time? We all know that there were so many things that went wrong in this particular case, and the family was not notified very quickly. The tribal community did not learn about this issue until a week or two later, and it's very alarming. So having an Amber Alert is very important to address this issue. It is widespread, and we've have others in our community that are still missing and have not been found. And what's really alarming is that the perpetrator or perpetrators in this case are still on the loose. So obviously, there is some level of fear in the community. They're still out there. And again, Emily deserves justice. The family deserves justice, deserve closure.
Yes, they sure do. We're going to continue following the case. I want to have you both back on again sometime soon. Mary Kim, Allred, thank you both.
Yeah, and you guys, we are gonna deep dive into this. I don't have many answers for you today, obviously, because I just started looking into this. We covered a whole bunch today, right? Bunch of little things. We did the Proudfoots, Dumbfoots versus Watts. Talked about Natalee Holloway, the new case, Nanaska. I'm gonna say. I want to show you now the Guilty of Crime website. We have a couple of changes on it. And now we're talking about Guilty of Crime. So we talked true crime, we talked ADHD, J time, and now we're going to talk Guilty of Crime. So normally we do this on a members only, but I want all you guys to know about this. And I want you to know, a lot of you guys say, Jay, I don't know how to get a hold of you. I don't know. How do I get a hold of you? What's your email? It goes too fast. Very easy, guys. My channel name is called Guilty of Crime. My website is guiltyofcrime.com. All right. So if you go to guiltyofcrime.com, you're going to see this. You're going to see the welcome page. And then right below it, it says ways to contact Jay. And then all of my social media. The best way is to send me an email. And that would be, where would that be? I guess probably on this page right here. It's huge. Guilty of Crime by J@gmail.com. That's the fastest way. You can also contact me on platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, but email is the best way to go. I want to show you guys the new merch store and the things that we're going to start doing with the merch store and having giveaways. I know people who know you, Jay. What do you mean? Jen's a gypsy. I know people who know you, Jay. Know me like in person? I'm from San Jose, California. You mean like that? All right. So there is the Guilty of Crime gear. We had to change the store. I like that. I call them the sneaky feet with stinky socks. Now that sounds racist, Foxy. That's awful. I don't know what just said. All right. It's almost a 420 membership, y'all. So you're gonna get a membership soon. All right, the Guilty of Crime gear, guys. Tiff is one of our new mods on here, and she's also the owner of Sunshine. We'll see in a second. It's called Sunshine something or other. I'm just looking at the Guilty of Crime gear. It's what is the name of the company? Is it not on here? Okay, well, Kim, you if you come in chat, if you can come in chat and let us know the name of your company, but here it is right here. I gotta go on another page. Hold on, let me drop this down because it takes you to here. The Sunshine Shop. I remembered Sunshine and I couldn't remember the Sunshine Shop. Yeah, we have new merch. And Tiff is helping us mod, but she's also our store. She's also the person that's handling our merch store. So we're going to be having new things, get memberships, win merch, give away merch. I'm going to get some merch done for Foxy Amazon and the whole crew. All right, Tiff, Foxy Amazon, Sweetie, Synth, and Carly. Those are our mods. If you guys have any questions now, thank you. Synth is the one that built the website. If you have any question now's the time. We're talking about Guilty of Crime. We're talking about the mods that we have. And if you have any questions, now's the time. Not in the middle of a live stream asking about what happened to Bree or something like that. Robin 407, Small World, was born in Mountain View and lived in Campbell. Yep, I've been in San Jose for the last 25 years or more. About 25 years. Definitely a small world for sure. All right, so take a look at this. We don't have the day one hoodie anymore, Sadie's mama. We might be able to put it together for you. I'm sure we can. But let me show you the merch real quick. And let me tell you, the quality is beautiful. Quality looks beautiful. I just ordered stuff for my family. So you've got options right now. You've got 3 different options of logos right now. So it's not just the bloody Guilty of Crime. All right. You can pick your logo, and we'll do more as we go, but that's what we have. All right. So you can pick which logo you want. You can pick a shirt. You can have a lady shirt or regular, just unisex. And you got different options, different size, different colors. You got a long sleeve. You got this beautiful hoodie that, trust me, the print is amazing when you take a look at it in person. I haven't seen it yet, but I saw a picture. You can get yourself a Guilty of Crime tumbler all wrapped. Guilty of Crime with the rainbow, so you're not such a downer. I like the horror blood just because I'm into horror. But we've got different cups, different mugs, different drinks. We've got Guilty of Crime blankets, you guys. You guys got to love the blankets. I love me throw blankets. I'm going to go and lay in my bed after this and lay with my new throw blanket. I've got a UGG throw blanket, you guys. If you guys ever get a throw blanket, get UGGs. Get UGGs, an UGG throw blanket. It's the softest, warmest thing ever. And this new merch is not janky. Not janky. All right? It's not janky. So you can get all this on my site. You can get a throw blanket, Guilty of Crime, and the prices are freaking fantastic. Way better than they were on the other site. You can get yourself a tote bag. You can pick the option that you want. You can get a small canvas pouch for your money or loose change. You can get mouse pads. You can get hand sanitizer, little holder keychains. You can just get a little keychain. You can get magnets. You can get stickers. You can get, these are adorable. You know, you can see I'm wearing bracelets right now. Got the Guilty of Crime bracelets. You can do the black and red if you're not into the rainbow thing. And the pricing is beautiful. Pricing's beautiful. The merchandise is beautiful. What I know of our new mod, I love her. She's amazing. She seems to be a beautiful soul. So that being said, you guys, yeah, they have UGG blankets. I just got a new UGG. I have a king size bed, king size comforter, and they have UGG has throw blankets and comforters and all that. I'm old. I gotta sleep nice and comfy, and I just got my whole house back. I was living on a couch for a long time.
yeah, I want to get me some long sleeve Guilty of Crime shirts too. So you know, there's a lot of stuff in there. Cool. The price is right, the quality's good, and it will actually come to you. And some raver candy. Yeah, look at this. I don't rave, but Reese did this for me. Reese made me a bracelet. This little bracelet here. And I don't even know what it says. Does it say? It has my number on it. It says J and then 25. And then this bracelet came from one of my Florida people's daughters that made me. So I like to wear my stuff. It's easy, Rachel. It's guiltyofcrime.com. Period. Are you guilty of crime.com? That's it. And I see you, Nikki. Are you asking? If you don't ask questions or anything, then we can't see. We don't usually answer you. That way, old too. But yeah, guilty of crime. What's up, V Slims? Well, I'm 45, and yeah, it's the Latin DNA for sure. You don't need to know the name of that shop, Marilyn, because she's on our channel. I'm just telling you what she's working with Guilty of Crime, so it's everything is in one place on Guilty of Crime. We don't want you going to her shop to go do that because she's already got everything on. It'll just make it more difficult if you go to her shop, because then her sheets would have to start all over. She created a sheet for guiltyofcrime.com. So it's all on the merch store right here. I'm just telling you that's the name of her company. It's like, you know how Teespring, you don't go directly to Teespring to get Guilty of Crime stuff. You go to Guilty of Crime and then they make the Teespring. So it's all on Guilty of Crime. And she's our new mod and she's our new merch store person. So that being said, I think I've been on here for enough today. I'm tired of talking. I love you guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe if you like the energy that I bring, the content that I bring, and the community. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. Love you. Happy Sunday. Go have a good and safe St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. I love you all, and I will see you on probably Tuesday. All right. Go get a wearable blanket with avocado. See you guys, Psychic Amelia, all you. Peace out, guys. Love you all.
Guilty of Crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of Crime.
Are you guilty of crime?